Hello, my name's Joe Johnson and I've been actively engaged in research into natural remedies for over 20 years. If you have a tender breast pain or tenderness in your breasts, you need to really listen because this crucial short video will directly affect you. What I've discovered about stopping tender breast pain and tenderness in the breasts and stopping it quickly, it's new, it's cutting edge, and it just might be the untapped resource that you've been looking for. I'm going to show you how simple it is to quickly reduce and even stop the tenderness or the tender pains in your breasts. And just as importantly, I'm going to show you how to switch on and speed up your body's own natural healing mechanisms without risking your health to expensive and useless and even dangerous drugs. Now, Emma Williams, a health editor on several respected health sites, she's urged me to share with you details of an astonishing discovery that I've made about tender breast pain. One that gets rid of your tender breast pain faster than you thought possible. Tender breast pain or tenderness in the breast is normally linked to your menstrual cycle. So if you do have tenderness in your breast or tender breast pain, you need to somehow stimulate your body's healing mechanisms into focusing on and repairing the biochemical imbalance which is causing your tender breasts. And unless you find a way to stimulate your own body's healing mechanisms without damaging your body's delicate chemical balance, then sooner or later you're just going to end up taking more and more painkillers, and the problem's just going to go on and on and on. And that's not your best option, and it's not ideal. Now, normally, if you get tender breast pain, your body's healing mechanism will, albeit over a longer period of time, it'll attempt to heal itself. But if you've been stressed or maybe overworked or taken drugs, including the contraceptive pill or painkillers or anti-inflammatories, then your body's healing mechanisms have become slightly weakened. And that's enough for the healing mechanism to be interrupted or even stopped altogether. So it can't heal you. So once your breasts have become inflamed or prone to tenderness, then you're going to experience tender breast pain every single month, on and on and on and on. And you may struggle to function or even move for hours or even days. Now, some women with tenderness in the breast, if it's left untreated, you never really function properly. And it's not just the period of your menstruation, it can last for weeks. Now, to make things even worse, if you use painkillers or anti-inflammatories to kill the tender breast pain, you'll have to swallow them, which means that the whole of your body's healing mechanism is now shocked and weakened even further. You made the situation worse because of the toxic impact of the powerful pain-killing chemicals or drugs. This is why painkillers and anti-inflammatories, they do appear to work. The pain or the tenderness, it will go away, but then it comes back. So you're taking more painkillers and more anti-inflammatories, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. Now, in case you're in any doubt about the danger of modern painkillers or anti-inflammatories, and they're sometimes called non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Now, according to a recent report by eminent US doctors, and you can see the proof below this video, in the United States alone, the total number of deaths caused by conventional medicine, like painkillers and anti-inflammatory drugs, it's an astounding 784,000 men, women and children every single year. That's about 2,200 every day. So it's evident that the American medical system is the leading cause of death and injury in the United States. Now, That's the doctors, those eminent doctors saying that. That's not me. So I was desperate to find a way of reducing or even stopping the tenderness or the pain in your breasts, but at the same time stimulating your body's own healing mechanisms into healing the tenderness as fast as possible. But we had to do that without harming or damaging in any way the healing mechanisms and your immune system. Because there's no point putting more drugs in you. It's just making the problem worse. The painkillers and the anti-inflammatories are not going to sort anything out. I've seen so many women lose the quality of their life with tenderness in the breast and tender breast pain, you know, and it's a misery month after month after month of misery. And the painkillers don't work. They will actually make you worse. And some people are even opting for surgery and things like this, and it's tragic and it's just so unnecessary and it's completely avoidable. So that's why I've done my research. You see, women with tender breast pain have been around as long as there's been women on the planet, and as long as you've had hormones and the monthly cycle, this pain's been around. But the drug companies have only been around about 100 years, and they don't want you to know what your ancestors knew about tender breast pain and tenderness in the breast and how to cure it. So my first step in research is always to go back into history and see what your ancestors did. How did they treat tenderness in the breast? Now, after a lot of reading, and I don't mean the usual herbalist books, I mean, I can't reveal my sources, but I've got secret access to some of the best books on the planet. I mean, these books are in private libraries, the private collections. I mean, even the drug companies have got some amazing herbal remedy books. These books are hundreds of years old and they keep them hidden away. Now, I also have access to books that modern science believes are not worth reading, they're not worth looking at. And yet, these books have been written by people who've got no medical qualifications, they've got zero medical qualifications, but there's people who've lived in the wilds of nature, learning and practicing the secrets of nature every single day of their lives, using herbs. And these people have had herbal remedies passed down from one generation to the next, to the next. Now, obviously, you're only going to pass down a remedy if it works. Now, it was in one such research book that I found a cure for tender breast pain. And it was in a ramshackle bookshop that lay just behind the harbour in the port of Antibes, and that's in the south of France. Now, this particular book was over 200 years old. Now, my French isn't that good, but fortunately, most botanical books are written in Latin. Now, my Latin isn't that good either, but it's good enough to recognise plant names. And I was able to read these plants' names, but I was puzzled. You see, there were several interesting, in fact, incredible remedies in this particular book, but this one remedy, it stood out. And the remedy I found was for pain. It just said painful breasts. And yet the plants I read about, I had never considered for use for tender breast pain problems. I just wouldn't have thought of it. Now, I took note of the types of herbs that were used and where they're best found and collected, and the ratio of mixture and the preparation of the herbs. And anything else that I could think of that might help me make the remedy. Now, of course, I've heard of these herbs before and I've used them many times before, but I had no idea then that once I'd mixed them in the right combination, just as it's suggested in the book, that it would stimulate such an incredible pain relieving effect in the breasts. Directly, the aching in the breast just seemed to go away. And also, it seemed to stimulate a natural healing effect in the breast. Now, I know most natural remedies for breast pain, they're nothing more than a stimulant cream. It warms up the breast, it stimulates the blood flow to the breast, but that's it. It might make them feel a bit nicer, but it doesn't really affect the pain level, and it does nothing to the healing mechanism to any degree at all. So, they sometimes help, but for tender breast pain, they simply don't work. They're just not strong enough. So I expected my own research to last 6 to 12 months, but I had 100% a proven remedy in 6 weeks. Now, I wanted to test this for longer, but my conscience wouldn't let me, because every single woman with tender breasts and tender breast pain, we're reporting some amazing results, sometimes within just a few hours. This remedy has been proven now countless times to quickly reduce tender breast pain. Not only that, it rapidly speeds up the healing time of painful aching breasts. Now, for me, the measure of it is what happens next month. And it seems that it dramatically reduces the pain the following month. So, it's fantastic. So how do you use this remedy? You simply massage a few drops, and it's a clear, very pleasant smelling remedy directly onto your breasts, directly onto the lower abdomen area. And it'll take about 10 seconds. Now, you do this 3-4 times a day. But also, at the end of the evening, at bedtime, you put a few drops onto the soles of your feet so that it's absorbed into the body. It rapidly absorbed into the body. Now, what that does, it speeds up the healing. The healing will begin. Now, your pain levels in your breasts are going to come down very quickly. Now, you'll no longer need, or hopefully no longer need, any powerful pain-killing, these drugs that are slaughtering your tired immune system. What we're trying to do is heal your system so that the tenderness has gone out of your breast month after month after month. It's gone. So we've got to work on your healing system. Now, I've made the remedy so that it is simple and easy and convenient to use. It's very concentrated, so it will last you a long time. It's a pleasant smelling, oily liquid. It doesn't look like much, but this remedy really packs a wallop. You'll suddenly feel the tenderness in your breast going. Within a few hours of using it, you'll know something feels different. The tenderness in your breast, well, it'll go. And soon you'll have a lot less pain, you'll have more mobility. You'll be able to move more without your breasts hurting. And hopefully, as I say goodbye to the toxic painkillers for good. So it's convenient and it's easy to use. It means you don't have to spend your time each month making expensive and time-consuming appointments with your doctors trying to get the problem sorted, or discussing your problems with strangers in the drugstore. It's just a small bottle, and it's a thick, clear, as I say, very pleasant smelling herbal liquid. But because it is so small, it'll easily fit unnoticed into your pocket or into your purse, and you can take it with you throughout the day. And you can put just a few drops onto your tummy during the day and onto your breast. And you use that 3-4 times a day. And as I say, make sure you put it onto the soles of your feet at bedtime. Now, I plan to launch the remedy called Tender Breast Doctor with advertising, fancy packaging, and sending it out through a small network of distributors. But I never got the chance, because what happened was, word started to spread to other women about the results that I was getting with this Tender Breast Doctor remedy. And patients and the friends of patients were coming here to my practice asking for the remedy. Herbalists were coming here and literally demanding that I make it for them. But I couldn't do it. See, it wasn't so simple. What happens is, when I got the original remedy, I tested a lot of different herbs. And the only organic herbs which consistently stop the tenderness in the breast comes from the Middle East. Now, we're living in difficult times now, and it's very hard to rely on shipments from the Middle East. So to say my ingredient supply is in the lap of the gods is an understatement. Having said that, I recently did manage to get enough ingredients for 3 whole batches. Now I make each batch by hand myself. I measured the herbs, I've weighed the herbs, I've mixed the ingredients together, I've blended everything together myself, and I've checked it myself. So don't worry about that. The Tender Breast Doctor remedy that I make are of the very highest quality. So I've handed over 2 of the batches to our trusted friend Emma Williams. So if you've got a tender breast pain, then I strongly suggest that you get this remedy from Emma. It's called Tender Breast Doctor, and you get it before her supplies run out. And don't bother taking any more. You might harm yourself by taking any more of these painkillers because they're not helping. Now, I've called using the Tender Breast Doctor remedy like an avalanche of healing, and I've said that for a good reason. The way the drops of this Tender Breast Doctor remedy, the way it floods your body with the hard-hitting healing herbs. But women have said it's like an experience it's an avalanche of pain relief on your breasts. And like I said earlier, this remedy, it really does. It packs a wallop. So you'll suddenly feel the tenderness in your breast just going away within a few hours of using it. And you'll know that the pain is going away. So, as I said earlier, I normally only give this remedy to my personal clients and to fellow herbalists. I've never committed a single batch of Tender Breast Doctor to anyone else before. Now, Emma begged me not to let the other herbalists or the online stores know what we were up to until she had the remedy in stock. Well, now she's got the remedy in stock and it is going faster than we both anticipated. So if you mess around or you order late, you might miss out. And if you have tender breasts or tender breast pain, then that would be a horrible mistake. So don't let that happen. The result of using this remedy is that you're going to be free of tender breasts or tender breast pain month after month after month. And you're going to get your mobility back. Because it works month after month. We're resetting the hormone so that it doesn't happen again. So have a look at the testimonials and see how women across the country, how it's helped them with their breast pain. Now, it may be that you've got a few understandable doubts or reservations, and that's fair enough, because after all, you don't know me and we don't know each other. So let me put your mind at rest so that you can experience this remedy for yourself completely risk-free. You can try the Tender Breast Doctor remedy risk-free for a full 90 days, 3 months, if you wish. And you don't risk a single penny trying the remedy for yourself. It'll prove itself that it works for you because you've got a complete 90-day unconditional 100% money-back guarantee. And the clear and simple truth of it is this. You've got 3 months to try this, but this is a breakthrough tender breast remedy. You'll be able to know within a few days, certainly, within a few days, 3, 4, 5 days, if it doesn't get rid of your tender breast pain and the tenderness in your breast, or if you're not completely satisfied in any way at all, then I insist you send the remedy back to Emma in any condition, and she will personally make sure that you get a full and fast refund of every penny you paid for the remedy. There'll be no questions asked, there'll be no hassles, nothing. And you can even keep all the bonus health books as a thanks for trying the remedy, and that's from me. And you have my word on that. And we can afford to give this guarantee because the remedy works. So how much will this Tender Breast Doctor remedy cost you? Well, I normally charge my clients $200 for an appointment here in the offices, plus $170 for the remedy, because it is organic and I do make it by hand myself, and it does work. But you're not going to have an appointment with me. So, we're not going to use my offices, and we're not using my staff, and we're not using all the other expenses and the things that go on here. So we had a long discussion with Emma, and I've agreed to give you 50% discount. 50% on this Tender Breast Doctor remedy. That means you can get your remedy for only $87 and $5 shipping. And remember, this is risk-free. You can try it for 3 months if you like. That means you're going to save over $280. And not only that, Emma's literally manhandled me into giving you a full set of health ebooks as a bonus. And if you look at the details of the books below, you'll see that the books are worth $120 odd, which is more than the price of this remedy. So you can't lose. You really can't lose. I've never done this offer to the public before. So as you see, it's completely risk-free to you. So $87, it's less than the price of a visit to your doctor. And they don't give any guarantees. You've got a 3-month guarantee with this. So you're on this page now. You've got tenderness in your breast. You're on this page now. Emma's got the stuff on stock. Hopefully you've still got it. So find the link, click the link below, and Emma will get this remedy in the post to you today. And if you have any questions about tender breasts or even the Tender Breast Doctor remedy, write to me and I'll be delighted to help you in any way I can. So find the link below and Emma will get the remedy sent out to you today. All right. Bye for now.